You're the reason why I am my way. You're the reason why I rip my shirts, why I eat at the buffet. Butter, you got your very own kind of nice. We all live inside a butter world. Oh, butter, butter. Gonna eat it by the sticks tonight. Gonna eat out this world. Oh, butter. I'm about to take a bite, 'cause I want that salty cream. What I dream about all night. Butter dreaming. I'm about to take a bite, 'cause I want that salty cream. What I dream about all.
Welcome everyone
Butter.
to another episode of Monday Night Live. We have our favorite host, Anderson B, over here. And I am JB, the secondary host for Butterfield.
What's going
Hap-
on, Jay?
Hey Anderson, happy Monday
Another
night.
Monday night,
Yes,
and we're
sir.
back.
Yes.
Episode number 28.
28, baby.
28.
28.
As of
Let's
right
go.
now, there's 28 hours of free content on our YouTube page, and a few more hours too, because we don't just do the Monday Night Lives, formerly Saturday Night Lives. We also have the podcast with guests and study clubs. Study clubs are where we sit down and we review the literature to show you the science, because we are science driven, but not science bound. Courtney is in the house. Shout out, Courtney.
Shout out to Courtney.
If only we had the soundboard, could give her some trumpets. But since I'll be back, wait, not next. Wait, yeah, this. Oh, dude, yeah, we'll be back for next Monday. We'll be back together. I'll make
Yes.
sure to bring the soundboard and bring the trumpets
Awesome. Yes.
along with any other fun sound effects to brighten up the show.
Yeah.
But before we get started, all of the above, make sure you go like, share, subscribe. Courtney, drop a comment down below. Just say, hey guys. Can you comment in the actual video while the video is live? Or can you only do like the feed comments? I don't know. Courtney, find out. Go
That's a good
comment
question.
down below. Yeah, you know what I mean? Comment for the algorithm. Go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube. Join our free Discord. It's free. We hold weekly Zoom meetings on every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Instagram live Q&As Mondays, and then the Monday Night Live show. And then occasionally we will do the study clubs and podcasts with guests and other things like that. Yeah, we have some great stuff down the pipeline. Check out the website, butterfield.com. Buy our merch. Make Butter Great Again hats. Stand out in the crowd. Be funny. Tell them about the benefits of animal fats versus seed oils, and why butter fills the gap. Get those fat soluble vitamins in. If you're not getting animal fat in, how are you getting your fat soluble vitamins? You're not, and that leads to stunted teeth formation and your wisdom teeth being removed and you needing orthodontics. Animal fats are good for you. And also, yeah, we do 2-in-1 consultations, so hit us up if you need any assistance in your weight loss journey or bodybuilding journey.
Yes, sir. All right.
Yeah, we've got a great show planned for you tonight. Why carnivore is the best. Oh,
Yeah, that's the
why carnivore matters. Update. That was last week's episode. Why carnivore
Yeah.
matters. We broke it all down for you. This carnivore infighting needs to stop. Carnivore matters because of a higher purpose and the higher reason. If you'd like to hear more, check that episode out because we break it down for you.
Yes, sir. And by the way, I'm drinking some real milk right now from Pascamanskett Farms, right here in Massachusetts. Enjoying a nice cup of white wine. Obviously, this is now full of cream. That's why it's no longer clear. But it looked better at the beginning. Nice, nice little white liquid, white wine. So,
Splendid.
for starters, calf races. We're doing calf race challenge in our Discord group for our members. You can log the points, how many calves you're doing through Discord. These are single-legged calf races count as a half a point. Doing it with your two legs counts as 1 point. So do your body weight calf races, and we're gonna see a quick update of the leaderboard now. As of today, obviously I am in number one, Mr.
Damn.
Andrew, with 3,000. So nice, nice. I logged in yesterday's points, and it was nicely at 3,000. So that's pretty cool. Anderson, I know you love doing calf races. I can tell. I can see it. I can objectively see how much you love calf races. All right. Moving on. So
So,
to to get us started, I wanted to talk about just briefly at because we're talking about the best, right? So people think, oh, this is best at this is best at that. What is best? How does best? What does best mean for me, right? So here, being impartial, right? We wrote down what all these diets excel at. What are they best at?
exactly.
So
Yeah. Because we are very unbiased here, and we'll offer you, again, we offer you every perspective, right?
yes. So Mr. Anderson, do us the honors of going through the lines, and I'll
Yeah,
click
I love
go.
it. I love it. So, vegan is best at posing with moral superiority. Superiority. Absolutely. With no foundational backing, with nothing to back that up. But you can surely pose with the higher moral ground.
Indeed, indeed.
Virtue signaling.
That's what they're known for.
Yeah, it's really all it is. Man, it's so funny because while we're at it, just quick short story. This one, my mother shared it with me. She was at a dinner with some of her close friends from when with whom she went to high school with. So it was like class of '88. This was like high school graduation. They were having dinner, and then one of her friends was eating. They had they got served like medallions. So they had a steak beef medallion and then a chicken medallion, and
Nice.
that was like the main course plate. And then the guy just ate the chicken, and my mother was like, why are you not eating the beef?" And then the guy was like, "Oh, because the cows, they suffer too much." And then my mother's response, she didn't like attack that head on. She was like, "Yeah, but beef, is like so rich in nutrients. It's much richer in nutrients than chicken." But then someone else in the table, another person, another friend from the class of '88, goes, "Chickens suffer too." What are you talking about? Chickens have feelings too. Like I was like, but what? But what
Well,
exactly?
it's a smaller animal, so it matters less. Is that what you're trying to say? Oh,
Yeah, what you think cows are cuter? And that was it, right? Because no one was trying to have a carnivore conversation. No one's a carnivore there, but I just thought it was
yeah.
funny. My mother shared this story.
Oh,
Posting with moral superiority based on no factual grounds. They're both lives. Why does the cow matter more than the chicken? A chicken will give you like 6 pounds of meat. A cow will give you 500 pounds of meat. If you look at the net benefit and you're looking at every life as being equal, eat the beef.
eat the beef.
Yeah, and I don't even think we should base our dietary decisions on reducing the amount of lives taken. It's a non sequitur. That's just a non-issue.
It's a
But if you
weird.
wanted to, yeah,
Yeah, it's a weird moral stance to take.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it doesn't fix anything.
Yeah.
Donovan O'Connor, howdy again.
Howdy, Donovan.
Nice.
Do y'all think pasteurized milk is okay to drink every now and then? If you can tolerate it, man.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
The main concern I think is like intolerance.
yeah, um, yeah.
Anyhow, back to the list. That was a funny one. Should I keep on reading? Or
Yes, yes.
Mediterranean is best at groupthink and conforming with the norm.
I mean, right? That Mediterranean diet is what you will see in every article, in every journal out there, in any whatever newspaper.
Yeah.
The Mediterranean diet, and people think Mediterranean is like pasta, wine, and vegetables or something like that. But actually, it's pretty meat heavy.
Yeah, yeah. It's
Uh,
it's it's anyone who goes like visit any country in the Mediterranean, you'll see you know they love their kebabs. That's literally street food over there, man. They have the cones of meat. They will come and cut all that shredded meat, and of course, you'll eat it in a sandwich or whatever. But they're very meat heavy, and but not only do they eat a lot of red meat, they eat a lot of lamb, and then they eat a lot of seafood. It's the Mediterranean. A lot of stuff, lot of seafood, fish and octopus,
mm,
calamari, all of that stuff, and then olive oil, the healthy fats. Of course, the healthier fats are animal fats, but
of course.
absolutely. All right,
Next one.
number 3. Yeah.
If it fits.
IIFYN, yeah, if it fits your macros, is best at no discernment of what you eat as long as you deficit. No discernment. That's correct.
Yeah,
That's
so
correct.
you only care about the surface level of calories of the food, and therefore you're like hacking your way eating junk food but losing weight because you're in a deficit. So it doesn't matter food quality out of the window. Let's just focus on the calories and protein, right?
Yeah.
If it fits your macro crowd cares about that.
Yeah. It's so funny because today I saw a post from, or maybe yesterday, I think I can just name drop him. I mean, we might talk to these people at some point in the future as we gain
Mm.
more fame. But I'm happy to put this out there. I mean, Dr. Joey Munoz, who works with Team BioLane,
Oh,
he made like this tweet thread saying like the best thing you can do, like the best thing you can do is like be in a deficit regardless of your food choices. Here's why. And then his claim was, and I mean, like, yeah, it's like obesity is the number one risk factor for any and all disease, and being at a deficit is gonna protect you from being obese, which by default protects you from you know the most prevalent causes of death. um but but that was his stance, and that's his stance, I suppose. um but to which I would say, like, it's funny because his approach is suggesting that you should lose weight to get healthy, whereas the carnivore approach, or the ethos, right, is
mm,
you get healthy, and or rather, like, low carb keto. I feel like everything aligns like with the same way of thinking. You get
yeah,
healthy and then you lose weight, because being obese and fat is a symptom of something else not working properly, and that can be nutrient deficiencies. You're not eating the right food choices. You don't have the right, your satiety mechanisms are out of whack, um, so on and so forth. So it was just funny to see that post, and now we're reading this, and it's nice to back up these statements with some stories. Moving on, because we have
I,
a lot to cover.
I
Whole
love it.
30 is best at short-term thinking.
So right, the whole 30 is like it is like an elimination based approach to food, but it's only for 30 days. After that, you start reintroducing stuff, and it's like you go like you don't really learn what why you did the whole 30, right? It's like we'll just do this for 30 days and then go back to our normal things, right? So what was the point of doing the 30 days? Um,
Man, that's funny. I always thought Whole30 meant like here's 30 foods you can eat,
mm.
but it means but I just googled it. The Whole30 diet is a 30-day elimination diet. I never looked into it. I'm just learning this today. So
Yeah. I mean, there's always like a new diet that kind of takes a spin at the stuff. Whole 30, it's good that it's elimination focused because carnivore is basically elimination also, but um, they only limit it to 30 days, and the question is, um, what if you can lead a healthy life by eliminating the foods that are actually bad for you? Um, you could extend the whole 30 by reintroducing foods and then see how you react to all those foods. Um, but I think people miss out on that. They probably see excellent results for those 30 days, but then they go back to their normal habits. They didn't learn anything. For them, it was just a 30-day struggle, and then that's that. Um,
yeah,
if they want to
that's
feel
funny.
better, if they want to feel better again in the future, they'll just repeat the 30 days again, and they're gonna feel better. They maybe see some weight loss, right? They're stuck. They will still be stuck in this endless cycle of doing something very short term.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And I'm just reading. You eliminate dairy, grains, alcohol, legumes, added sugars, carrageenan, MSG, sulfites, and junk food. So yeah, whole foods for 30 days basically. So lots of fruits and vegetables and proteins and animal proteins. I will hope. Um,
Yeah, they have to call it proteins, right? You cannot say animal proteins because then, whoa, you're trying to kill people
exactly. Maybe if I what's Don I've been trying to say? Maybe if I mix it with raw honey for the enzymes.
for the pasteurized
Oh,
milk. Honestly, I wouldn't know.
I mean, if you want the enzymes, like if you want the enzymes from raw honey, eat the raw honey. Like,
I think he's just trying to improve on the pasteurized milk with the raw honey. I mean, yeah, I would not really sure. I mean, it would make it taste delicious, no doubt. Um, but that's about it.
yeah, yeah, man. So moving on, the primordial eating balanced diet.
Yeah, so you know how people always say, all these carnivore people, vegan people, so the people who kind of think they are in the middle, they're like, just eat in balance, eat a
Right.
balanced diet.
Yeah, and balance is like the carbs and vegetables, and then like the one to three pieces of fruit, whatever, and of course lean protein, lean, because
Lean.
balance is cutting out animal fat
Yes.
and restricting red meat. That's balance. Carnivore is so restricted because you restrict whole food groups, but the balanced diet is not restricted because you're restricting red meat and animal fat.
Yeah. But you're still having your carbs and vegetables and your fruits, which are all carbs. So cool.
Yeah, just diluted calories.
Yeah.
But anyhow, the primordial eating, the balanced diet, is best at believing plant nutrients equal animal nutrients. Ah,
Right.
that's good. That's good.
I mean, basically trying to say, oh, my kale is necessary. It's part of a balanced diet. No, you're getting all your nutrition from the red meat that you're having, if you're having red meat.
That's right. That's right. And oh man, oh man, it's just the repeat bioenergetics.
Oh no.
Oh, no, we had a slight malfunction. I guess we didn't get the
Oh, we didn't get the effect. Don't worry. Oh well.
Well, Jay fixes it in the background. There's a short commercial. Go to www.butterfield.com, buy our merch, get the Make Butter Great Again hats. It's not flipped. Make Butter Great Again. It looks great if you wear it backwards. That way your haters can read the hat as they're looking at you behind your back and you're walking away from them because they suck. Just let it rain on them, man. Make butter great again.
All right, here we go.
We need to make more merch. I'm gonna make more merch this month.
Y-
It's gonna be a merch drop, and we should get out there and model our merch all across the country.
Yes.
Yeah, guys, go check out our merch. Buy a hat. Everyone, go buy a hat. Very nice. We have more than this hat, but we have the butter battery hats as well. Rate Peak Bioenergetics, my favorite kind of people. These are the. Let's read what they have to say. What's Rate Peak Bioenergetics is the best for dieting bandwagoners who probably like CrossFit and carb coping. That's a.
Oh.
It's too early for truth bombs like that, man.
Yeah, the Ray Peters are not gonna like it, definitely.
Yeah. But hey,
But the one study with like the 6 obese diabetic people, right? That tells
yeah.
you need the sugar.
Oh my God, man. Yeah. Just in case, yeah. The repeaters, they love quoting this study to convince you that ketosis is stressful and harmful for your hormones. And they'll quote this study where they say like, oh, people put on a low carb or carb restricted. I forget the technical terms they use. This group of people put on this diet, they showed elevation in cortisol, and cortisol is the stress hormone, and cortisol, is catabolic and eats away at your muscles, and then they start going down all the cascading side effects of cortisol. But if you look at the study, it's like they take two groups of like obese people, and they put one on like I don't know, just normal whatever, and then the other one is in the carb restricted diet, and the fatties that were carb restricted, they were stressed, man, and no wonder why, man. These are probably like carb addicted, obese people getting into a fat burning state, into ketosis for like the first time. And in that adaptation, it can be stressful. It would make sense for cortisol to increase. But then when you dive deeper, even when you go deeper and you start studying cortisol metabolism, there's actually an explanation for all of that and the way that cortisol works in both in its active and inactive forms. Cortisol converts back and forth between cortisol and cortisone, and then different tissues in our bodies will manifest these hormones to different rates. So cortisol gets produced, but then it also gets converted between these two, and then it also gets cleared by the system. Cortisol turns into the metabolites that get excreted, right? So you can look at all these rates, and long story short, high cortisol is not necessarily a sign of being stressed, because being stressed could also mean a high cortisol production, but a high rate of cortisol clearance, meaning that your adrenals, right, the glands that secrete cortisol and your tissues that are secreting the cortisol, they're being overworked, but it's getting excreted quickly. Whereas that study showed, it gets confusing, and I don't know if I can explain myself adequately here, but dude, ketosis is not stressful, and it's not catabolic, and it's not a survival state. Your body knows when it's being fed and when it's not being fed, regardless of whether there's carbs or not. Like your body is not stupid like that. Like, please give me a break.
Yes. Agreed.
Yeah.
Excellent. So,
Now for the best part, and why carnivore just dunks on all of these diets.
yeah, pretty much. So why carnivore is the best, right? So, this is high level points, but then we're gonna jump into them. Health driven, right? Carnivore is health driven. There's a growing number of success stories about the carnivore diet. It's a nutrient dense diet for real. This is my favorite part. It's tasty and actually satisfying. Right.
Yeah,
And it is fitness enabling, right? It allows you to move freely in the physical world because you get healthy. And whatever your fitness endeavors are, it seems like it works. Right. So jumping into it. Health driven. So again, so we talk about this a lot. The primary goal of carnivore is to regain your health, um, using food as a medicine approach. So people come to carnivore because everything else has failed, and this is like, okay, um, I'm giving this a shot because I really have no hope with anything else, or I probably have to do something very traumatic or very serious to my health or medical procedure, and I kind of don't want to do that. So let me try this before I try the more like serious stuff. Um, and
yeah, yeah. It's usually a last. To the untrained mind, this is pure insanity, and
yes,
it certainly sounded like pure insanity to me at the start, until I put on my scientist goggles and put on my gloves and my hat and experimented, saw for myself, and
see for yourself. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and that's the thing, right? Because for me, it was like, hey, I want to try it. It sounds, I get to have steak. That sounds amazing. But then over time, um, like like knee pain went away. It happened to coincide going to the ear, nose, throat doctor, and my polyps went away when they had regrown after 10 years of having them surgically removed. They regrew the polyps in my nose, nasal cavities around here. They regrew. They said, "Here's some steroids or whatever, and
mhm,
washes. Um, treat your nose every day." I didn't follow that really, but then months later, it happened to coincide with the carnivore. When I started the carnivore diet, they were gone. Right, so they checked again, they weren't there. So that's what really gave me the. That's what really gives this diet the sticking power. uh, People stay for the health benefits, or that people at least understand that majority of their food should actually come from animals because of all the health benefits that they experienced by actually eating more animal foods. Um, but yeah,
exactly, exactly. And how can that be good for you, and then also be bad for you? Nature's not paradoxical like that. So many things. If it seems too complicated to understand, it's it's very likely. Most of the times, it's very likely that it's not true. It's not true, and it seems complicated because they want to confuse you. Um, they, um,
yeah. The powers that be that promote against it,
the
or promote
controllers. Yeah,
other diets.
yeah. If you know, you know. If you don't, then you don't. Where were we? Alleviate symptoms,
Yes.
potentially reverse disease. Did you mention that?
No, no, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah. That's. I mean, to me, that's the biggest one. Potentially regress this ease. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
diabetes, multiple sclerosis, um, hell, even cancer. Man, come on. Mental
Yeah.
health, respiratory health, bone health, joint health, digestive health. I mean, point at an organ, and carnivore has probably fixed it, or at least not worsened the condition. It can't
Mm,
regrow a limb, but
yeah.
it's nothing short of a miracle what happens when people just start eating absurd amounts of fatty red meat, and the fat is important. Um,
Yes, sir.
it's ridiculous, ridiculous. It's just like how beneficial it is. But yeah, next point, not weight loss focused, but maybe a side effect of it. This goes to what we were mentioning before. So many people's approach is, you got to lose weight to get healthy. So it's okay to, eat junk food as long as, it fits your macros, as long as you're in a deficit. But that would argue, you can be skinny, you can be at a healthy weight, but your digestive system might be completely out of whack. Your mental health might be completely out of whack. You might still be needing to take pills and subs and things like that because the nutrition is inadequate in the nutrients that it's giving. So when you eat a proper human diet, species appropriate diet, an animal eating a species appropriate diet is not deficient in pills or supplements. It shouldn't need to rely on medical procedures to achieve health, and that's the ethos of carnivore. Um, it's simple and it gives results,
Yeah.
which aligns very well with the last point. It establishes some sense of normalcy. It's not complicated. It's very simple. Eat a lot of meat. Lots of people want to complicate it because, well, there's only so many ways of telling people, hey, just eat meat, right? Like, I mean, if the Butterfield account on Instagram just like posted every day, hey, eat meat, hey, you just eat meat, it probably wouldn't have like 86,000 followers, you know.
Yeah.
So you gotta make stuff up. You gotta you gotta find other things to talk about. Oh, the organs, oh, the fruits, oh, ketosis is bad now. Ketosis used to be good last year, but this year it's bad. And then next year, like, hey, orange juice is good now. And then the year after that is like, hey, it's your polyester shorts. Get out of here. Just eat meat. Just eat meat.
Yeah, yeah. And honestly, like feeling normal is actually such a blessing, right? Because imagine like a diabetic person, they have to be taking insulin or, watching what they eat, supposedly, right? So they have normal blood glucose levels. And that is kind of stressful. Feeling normal, imagine being overweight or obese and it's just hard to move around. That's not feeling normal. Or like your pants, they always feel tight. That's not normal. Or getting in the car, driving around, like turning the wheel of a car. It's like it's laborious because you're just bigger. um so yeah, just gaining that sense of normalcy, just feeling normal, is it's really such a blessing, and it is available for everyone with the right food choices.
Exactly. Exactly. It's a great lifestyle intervention to have, right? Like you do not need to resort to the pills. You do not need to go to the unhealthy doctor telling you, yeah, you need this pill for your high blood pressure. You need this pill for the blood glucose. You need this pill for the liver. You need this pill for the heart. It's like, every single symptom has a corresponding pill, and then your aches, your joints ache. It's probably a side effect of those pills. So here's another pill for the aching joints, and then your lower back hurts, and then your muscles hurt, and then you take the cholesterol pills, and then your brain stops working because it's messing with your brain. So then there's another pill for that, and then boom, you're 80 and you have Alzheimer's. Tragic, tragic. I mean, no human should live like that. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, which is why this is important.
Yeah.
Because instead of having a pill for every single symptom, what if you could just eat steak?
Wow. Whoa, slow down there. That's too much. Start from the top. I gotta make it. So instead of having all this like long list of 100 pills, I have to eat steak, and that's it.
Correct. Absolutely and utterly correct.
Oh man, nice. Man, I don't know. It sounds really hard to follow. I mean, going get into the grocery store, choosing what to buy. What should I buy? I mean, just buy the meat,
Just ground
meat and
beef,
eggs,
bro. Yeah.
meat and
Start
eggs,
with
fish,
ground beef.
ground beef, man. As simple as starting with just ground beef. You know, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, and the evidence is there, and the results speak for themselves, which is why it's very important to get those stories out there. And as always, if you have a story you want to share, hit us up. We'd be more than happy to, you know, hear your story and have it here so we can share it, so we can send it to our friends and family. One of these days I was talking to a middle-aged man, close friend of the family, 55 years old probably, and we were eating hot dogs. Well, there were hot dogs being served at like the barbecue, and then the guy comes and he like takes like half the hot dog, half the dog, takes it out, and he says like, I can't eat meat because I get gout. Then proceeds to eat the whole bun. So he removed meat from the hot dog because of gout. Then proceeded to eat the whole bun. And I was like, hey, like there's plenty of people who like cure gout just eating like strictly red meat. Oh, it's because you're young. And then I sent him, carnivore.diet. The success stories. This was like a 50-year-old man or something fixing gout by eating just steak. Do this. Do this. I don't know if the guy, maybe he'll watch it, maybe he doesn't. Maybe someone else will watch it. But, we can only do our part. You can't make people see, but you can show them. But they have to see for themselves.
Yeah,
Any,
ultimately, they gotta want it, right?
yeah,
But people are pretty complacent with how things are because they just accept medicine cures illness. It actually doesn't cure it. It just kind of either hides the symptom or kind of treats the symptom. Basically, that's it.
yeah. Sick care.
Sick hair. Anyway, anyhow, growing number of success stories, right? More people are reporting improving their health, reversing, alleviating, potentially curing disease, uh, the unease of disease. And, these are real people, real results. Here we have on the screen carnivore.diet. You can also access that through Rivero success stories. There's a long list of people there, giving testimonies. You can also check Sean Baker's YouTube channel and our YouTube channel. I also have a screenshot here of the guests that we've had. Some of them reporting, success stories with their health, like MS, diabetes, GERD, epilepsy, all these diseases that just like the current medical industry doesn't know how to cure or manage to zero symptoms, right? If you don't want to call it a cure, um, that yeah.
Yeah. People will always argue you can't cure it. You can never cure diabetes. You can never cure type 2 diabetes. You can only put it in remission. As soon as you eat carbs, you'll get type 2 diabetes back. It's like, well, I mean, if eating that food makes you sick, then maybe it's the food.
The food got you in there in the first place. The food got you
Yeah,
out of there. So obviously, it's the food. Yeah, man. Yeah. As long,
yeah,
I mean, obviously, like if people get sick eating these types of foods, these foods cannot be healthy. Maybe some people tolerate it better than others. That seems to be the case. So the question becomes, should you tolerate it if you know other people are getting sick eating that same stuff? That's for you to decide. That's for you to come to your own answer. Should you tolerate things that people don't tolerate?
exactly, exactly. And while we're talking about health, I just want to address some of the common counter arguments or what the detractors bring to the table, because obviously, at the surface level or at layer one, let's say, you know, there's the whole talk of, hey, animal foods are the worst. Red meat gives you cancer, diabetes. Eggs give you cancer, diabetes. Animal fats give you heart disease and diabetes. Um, and of course, all of that is demonstrably proven false. I mean, it just is, and a lot of the efforts that we conduct here is debunking these myths. Animal fats are the best. Animal protein is the standard of protein. So these are the ways of, if you're a human being, this is the way your body is meant to get its nutrition. And yeah, we're all different and whatever, everybody wants to be their own special cookie, but we're all human beings and we share like the underlying physiological, you know, similarity. And that is that, we are apex, we are at the top of the food chain, and animals eat the plants for us, we eat the animals. Animals condense energy and nutrients in the most bioavailable forms for us. Simple. Then you'll have things like people trying to debunk the carnivore diet. Oh, it's restrictive. You're cutting out a whole food group. Fiber is demonstrated to be like by and large beneficial. So you're really putting yourself at risk of whatever, of colorectal cancer. But then you dive deeper and you see, like, I mean, here's the thing: if people replaced eating ultra processed junk food with cardboard, eating cardboard, you would have studies that show that cardboard is beneficial to your health because you stopped eating the junk food. And then you allow those studies to propagate enough. Now you have 10 studies that show the same correlation. You put those together. Now you have a review, a systematic review, and then you have a meta-analysis of systematic reviews, and then you have like this like pyramid scheme of just like stacked studies and stacked studies, and then you show every 10 grams of fiber reduces your risk of cancer by 10%.
Boom.
Then you get these conclusions, right? And it's like, well, but none of these people were eating a carnivore diet. None of these people were replacing ultra processed foods with just meat. And all of these people probably held the conviction that red meat is something that should be minimized, right? So these were already health conscious people who got told that eating fibrous fruits and vegetables was healthier. Then they do that, and they care about their health, so they are healthier, so on and so forth, right? So you're not getting fiber. Well, there's one study that shows that all the symptoms that fiber is supposed to alleviate were alleviated by completely eliminating fiber, such as constipation and bleeding from your rectum. Horrible. And really, when you think about it, if our digestive tract is a hose, it's a tract, right? It's a channel that travels from our mouth, connects our mouth to our butthole, right? That's food passes in through us and then just comes out. Really, all our digestive tract is just connects one end to the other. And if you have a tract, right? If you have a chute, you have a gutter, right? You have a channel. What's gonna slide better through that channel, right? Is it gonna be like stuffing lots of leaves down there, or maybe like grease it up nice, and then you throw like some meat chunks down, and it just slides smooth over that, nicely greased channel, tract, duct, whatever analogy you want to use. I think it's pretty clear. Plenty of people spend a lot of money hiring people to clean their gutters, and what do they clean from the gutters? They clean lots of leaves. So
Plant
you know,
matter.
plant matter, yeah. So why do you want to stuff yourself up like that? That's one way to look at it. And then what else? And then of course at the very high level, like at the last layer of counter arguments, you have people like the Ray Peters saying ketosis is stressful, carbs are necessary, and then they'll quote studies where they look at petri dish in vitro studies, and it's like, oh, these tissues, these organs, they prefer glucose as fuel. And I mean, hey, at any point in time, we use both. We use many fuels. We don't just use ketones. We don't just use glucose. We use fatty acids as well. We use other ketones other than beta hydroxybutyrate. The human body is very diverse, but it's true. There's no essential dietary carbohydrate, and there's no essential plant foods. There's just not. So, does that mean you should avoid all plant foods? Of course not. That means we should all agree on the truth, and then if you're gonna have fruit, say it's because you like fruit, you like the sweet, you like the taste, and that's cool too. I mean, hell, I like ice cream. I don't pretend ice cream is optimal for my health.
I know,
It's just
right?
two different stories. Yeah, I like alcohol, man. I mean, dude, I like beer, but beer is estrogenic. I like some wine. I like some tequila. Full disclosure, I don't pretend it's optimal for my health. It's just two different conversations, man.
Yeah. Yes, that's true. It's two absolutely different conversations. Um, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Just provide the counter argument because otherwise people say like, oh, carnivores consider these things. What about the toxins in meat? Oh, now we're gonna talk nutrients. What about the toxins in meat? Name one, dude. I challenge anyone. Name one.
yeah, yeah. Nutrient dense. Animal derived foods have all essential amino acids in plentiful amounts. This is true. This is fact. uh, Animal foods also rank highest in PDCAAs and the DIAS score. So protein digestibility, um, amino acid score, and the digestibility of ingesting amino acids, something like that. Basically, how good of a quality is your protein source, and how good is your body at absorbing it. Uh, Animal foods rank the highest for protein, so you're absorbing all that protein. Um, Protein, vitamin, and minerals are highly bioavailable in animal foods versus plant foods, right? Yeah, yeah, we covered the protein source, best from animals. The vitamins also best from animals. This is because there are plant form of vitamins and there are animal forms of vitamins. The easy example is the omega 3s, right? We were talking about this on our Discord, how the baby formula gets away with saying it has omega 3s or something like that by including ALA, alpha linoleic acid. And ALA eventually converts to omega 3, and it could be omega 3 DHA or EPA, while mother's milk already has DHA in it. So, and there's actually a very poor conversion from this form of omega 3 to the DHA. Like your body's not going to do a good job. It's going to actually do a very poor job at converting whatever that amount is into DHA if it can. So, but the formula baby formula companies say, we have to add it because you know that way we can say we are baby formula. We can say it has omega 3s. We can say it's healthy, but certainly, and this is the case for all the vitamins pretty much. Vitamin A being another example, you have your beta carotene versus your retinoic acid, plant form, animal form, um, D3, D2, K1, K2, D3 being the one that you want, D2 not, K2 being the one that you want, K1 not. K1 coming from plants, K2 coming from animals. You get the drill. So yeah, availability of fat soluble vitamins A, D, E, and K. So not only are you getting your fats, you're also getting the vitamins that you can use the fats to absorb these vitamins, right? Fat soluble means they can only be absorbed with fat. You have your water soluble ones that can only be absorbed with water. Your fat soluble vitamins need fat to be absorbed, and these are A, D, E, and K. Guess what? Steak has fat, and steak has these vitamins. It can absorb all of these. Also, it has animal foods have unique availability of B12. Right? I mean, this should be like a checkmate, but right, people talk about supplementing B12, whatever, whatnot. It seems to not work out in the long term, anyways. But if you get it from animal foods, you're getting your B12, the one that you need. And then availability of other unique nutrients like creatine, right? There are creatine supplements out there on the shelf being sold to you, making you think that you need to be consuming all this creatine when you can just eat it. You can actually enjoy a bite of steak and get creatine. Roughly, it's like 1 pound of red meat um, is equivalent to like a dose of creatine. And if you're eating the carnivore diet, you're definitely eating more than a pound of meat. You're eating that every day, day in, day out, across time. So, yeah, you're getting your creatine. Same for L-carnitine, choline, L-carnosine. Um, Small list of nutrients, but there's 50 to 70,000 other compounds found in meat, right? So we think we understand this stuff, but we really don't. There's 50 to 70,000 other compounds that work together synchronistically, harmoniously, in order to keeping you alive, to keeping a healthy cardiovascular system, a healthy brain, healthy skin, muscle, everything, so you can breathe, so you can have, so your central nervous system works. All of this is found in the animal foods, and it's tens of thousands other compounds, and we're gonna pretend that we completely understand this. I mean, I think it's cool that we're trying to understand this. I think it's something that we should do, but we should also kind of be humble about it and say, look, there's so much that, and we have honestly, how could we even determine how they all work together?
Exactly.
Like
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
what sort of clinical trial, right? Human randomized clinical trial would you have to run so that all these tens of thousands compounds work together? um, yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. And to pretend that we can synthesize the equivalent is absolute insanity.
it's
Yeah. People were
and
excited about lab meat or fake meat. These people are rejecting nature. They don't understand.
yeah, they want to move towards an artificial world
Yeah.
instead of away from the natural world. Because you can make all the money in the artificial world, right? It's clear, it's evident. You create all these junk foods and then you supplement with medicine in order to stay alive. Obviously, that only barely keeps you alive, so you just keep supplementing more forever and ever. And that's like each person is a pot of gold because now you have recurring revenue, recurring money from this one single individual. Just repeat that across a whole world, and now you have everyone's your customer. That's awesome. That is awesome. But if you humble yourself and accept that these foods from the natural world are actually beneficial, animal foods specifically, right? We're not talking about the toxic mushroom or the poisonous berry. We're not talking about that. We're talking about animal foods.
Oh,
uh,
right. Yeah. That poison is natural. You don't eat it, right? Oh,
oh no.
you're right. We should make all our food fake. Oh my God. Get out of
No.
here.
Uh, yeah, man. Yeah. Nutrient dense. It's gonna be the most nutrient dense diet food that you eat.
Tasty and
It's
satisfying.
tasty and satisfying.
Yeah, such a big takeaway. You don't have to punish yourself with disgusting salad bowls. And be honest, those salads are only delicious, if you put dressings and cheese and bacon and enough protein in them. At which point, like, it's tasty because of everything but the salad. Like, the salad is a vehicle for it, but all the good stuff is being added. And God forbid you're using soybean oil vegetable dressings, ranch and blue cheese, or Italian dressing or whatever. God forbid you're just dousing your salads with seed oils. But yeah, you don't have to punish yourself. You don't have to eat bland, you know, whole grain fiber that's allegedly good for you that tastes like cardboard. No, You have to be eating rice cookies. Get out of here, man. Eat a steak and eggs for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Let's go. Steak and eggs.
Yeah. Throw some bacon, throw a few
Oof.
ounces of cheddar cheese, not too much, but yeah, if it
Yeah.
helps you stick to it.
Yeah.
I'm getting hungry now.
I know, right? I know.
Yeah. All right. We're almost at the top of the hour, Jay.
Oh man. Oh man. Yeah, so yeah, last point, fitness enabling, right? Positive health will actually drive you to your fitness endeavors, right? People want to start running 5 miles every day. Well, they're overweight. Well, your knees are not going to like it. Your ankles are not going to like it. Your cardiovascular system will not be able to handle it. It's going to be miserable. But if you fix the food, you'll actually start feeling better. And that sense of feeling better, feeling normal, feeling at a better weight will actually help you at actually start and achieve your fitness goals. Uh, and also each meal is perfect for building muscle because it has all the protein, vitamins, and minerals, and you're having basically a highly bioavailable protein meal every meal. And not only that, you're getting all the vitamins and minerals in that meat um, that will actually support muscle growth. Um, Increased recovery rate, right? Because you're eating higher quality foods. With higher quality foods, you have higher quality building blocks. Your body's going to repair better. This is going to lead increased workload capacity, right? If you're eating better, you actually can sustain more work just because you're now more healthy. Stronger joints, obviously, such a again, kind of the nutrients in this diet will help you with your joints. Um, there are success stories that where people have joint pain and the diet alone kind of fixed it. And then again, with proper recovery and a proper routine and a proper meal plan, you can experience year over year muscle growth and strength gains. So yeah, food is definitely part of the equation and a very important part of the equation, but you still need a proper routine and a proper recovery. Food by itself will take you a long way. Will actually separate you apart from a lot of people that are just doing the average thing, expecting exceptional results, doing average procedures. Uh, but yeah, yeah. All right.
Exactly.
Concluding thoughts. Concluding thoughts, and then we can just wrap it up. So, yeah, the carnivore diet can be a lifestyle or a momentary platform for health. It focuses on the elimination of all foods except animal foods to improve the quality of life. Carnivore diet actually gives you a deeper appreciation of the natural world, right? Some people want to become farmers after doing the carnivore. They're like, gee, the animals are like so key to human health, human life, quality of life. Some people want to experience hunting to know what that feels like to take a life, right? Because that is something that we have to be very appreciative for, right? What's the best thing? This is like morality, right? But what's the best thing for an animal? You know, to become part of me and for me to be my best self, right? That's the best way. That's the best thing I can do to honor these animals that are giving their lives every day for me. And I have to accept that. I have to embrace that and understand that responsibility. Therefore,
Responsibility.
yeah, yeah. I'm not running away from the responsibility. I am saying I understand the sacrifice. Because of this sacrifice, I have to be my best. Otherwise, I'm letting all this go to waste. And then it may not work for everyone, right? No one needs to be strict. I'm not saying everyone should be strict, but overall, people should realize that animal foods should be part of everyday food. And then
Exactly.
sending blessings of health and love to all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's many great things. I just want to add another
Yeah, yeah.
uh because people will love and try to come up with excuses for why we need carbs. And listen, like, carbs give you cavities, carbs feed cancer growth, carbs, eliminating them improves your quality of life drastically, by replacing them with animal foods, right? Not just like not eating anything, you know. So carbs are just not necessary. Yeah, they're nice and they taste good, but it seems to me like the only logical conclusion here is like, carnivore diet is perhaps the best diet out there. It protects you from most, if not all, conditions, illnesses, things. Good for digestion, good for your teeth, strong teeth, good for your brain, for your mental health. I mean, I just don't think any other diet could have those credentials under its belt. I just don't think so. And I do not accept this narrative that, oh, carnivore is good for the start, but hey, eventually everything falls apart. Like, it fixed all of these things, but it fell apart because of the lack of carbs. If it falls apart, it's probably because of something else, not because of a lack of carbs. And again, eat the carbs if you must, but be honest with your intentions. Be honest with the way you communicate that, because carnivore matters, and that's it. Even if you're not a carnivore, even if you've never done the carnivore, you should be an advocate of the carnivore diet. That's how good it is. Okay.
Yes. Yes. Just like just like how people just call themselves vegan just for the immediate validation that they get for, oh, oh yeah, you're a healthy person, you care about the environment, you care about the animals, right? They get instant gratification just by naming yourself vegan. And I mean, who knows what you're actually doing, right? No, I mean, no one's really like putting a microscope on what you're eating every day or what you have in your kitchen or what you have in your fridge. No one's really looking at that. Uh, yeah, so yeah, call yourself a carnivore, right? Just give yourself a good name uh, by advocating for carnivore.
A Megan.
Uh,
Megan.
we should just come out with something that's called Megan.
Yeah. I'm on a Megan diet.
Oh man, yeah, it's just the
But
exact opposite.
yeah.
But Mr. Anderson,
Yeah, that's a good place to end it. There you have it. Why carnivore is the best. Agree or disagree, let us know below. We are more than open to being wrong. Certainly more than open to discussion. And if you want to come poke our brains, I mean, we do this live again, but the old weekly Zoom meetings on our Discord. So I'm always down for a discussion. And
yes,
but you have to come prove your stance like properly. Don't just come attack or be a vegan. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. Hope you found this entertaining.
yes, thank you everyone for watching. Catch you. Wishing everyone a happy, healthy, and nutrient dense era. Catch you all next time.